Hi guys and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. In this episode I'm going to make a graveyard. So if you're new to the channel guys, sit back, enjoy, hit the buttons for me. If you're a regular here guys, I feel the love. There's 33 subs now, absolutely fantastic. I'm going to give some information on competition time later on in this video. So guys, sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you in a second. Right guys, so the first thing you have to do when you're doing this is decide, is it going to be on a piece of weatherboard, as in based, or are you going to do it freestanding? Now I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it freestanding because I just think trying to cut a board, you know, that perfect straight, and the thing with weatherboard, you can cut it straight with a blade, it's fine. But you have to use a sharp blade. You probably get 2 or 3 cuts, and then you will have to change the blade because it's a thick material to cut through. Well, you might get 5 cuts through it, but you know, you're not getting many cuts before you have to change the blade. You need a proper sharp blade to get a proper sharp. You know, normally when I use it for basing, I'll just get the blade and just keep cutting it any direction as I'm out, and I'll clean it up afterwards and bevel it and sand it and all that business. But when you want a Pacific square or a Pacific rectangle type shape, you know, if you've got a little table saw, off you go. That's you know, brilliant for what you need. So I'm going to make it freestanding. Now, when I say freestanding, a piece of polystyrene board. Now, this board here looks like it's been damaged along the edge and it's been cut, and you know, it's probably been used for some sort of installation at some point. But I don't know because it was given to me, so I can't tell you anything. So what I'm going to do is take this piece. Now, what the plan is to cut a square or a rectangle type shape and duplicate that twice. Okay, so if it, see all these edges, let me see all these bits along the edge here, they're all shit. That's not too bad because I can bevel the edge. Okay, so I'm going to crack on with that guys, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I just cut a piece. I cut the first piece 10 inch by 10 inch, and that's not big enough what I want. It's not. So I've cut this piece, and it is 15 inches by 23¼ inches. Now the reason I'm using this piece is because I've got a damaged bit here, so I'm going to use that as like going to bevel that up a little bit and use that as the pathway in. So I've got all these other little pieces, and I'll show you what I'm going to do then in a second. Right, so bits like this that just come off as I was cutting because it's a damaged piece of board. That's useful. Bits like this, useful as well. Even though it's pretty straight, but this edge is just messed up. And look, that bit as well. So they're all going to be useful. I'm going to lay them down, work out where the path's going to go, and then from there I'm going to cut these pieces and glue these pieces down. So see you in a second. As you just saw in the hyperlapse, you know, speed up version of it, I just changed my mind halfway through what I was doing. I didn't like the height of it, it was too high. So I started doing a rough layout with this entranceway here. There's a path going all the way through to the other entranceway. These little pieces on the side here are just, you know, I'm thinking of stone walls around there, but I could use those and then just add stuff to them like spikes and whatever else, so I could just cut bricks and do bricks. I'm not 100% sure yet. I do like this though, sort of entranceway here. So I'm going to probably burn some markings in there. Okay, I'm not too sure about it yet, but what I was thinking about doing some sort of mausoleum here, like a little square building with some shingle roof in, and just I'm not sure about it yet, but I'm thinking about that. So guys, I'm going to get back to it. After a little bit of messing around, this is what I come up with guys. Let's focus in. go. So I've still got these entranceways. I like these, but I'm thinking about making some sort of wooden doorways across there. But this here is polystyrene, but it's a thinner piece of polystyrene. It's really thin, so it gives you a nice little depth on the road, the pathway. I still can have graves everywhere, and I can still do the mausoleum up here. See this here? I'm just about to pin these in and glue these in. I'm actually going to go with PVA glue, not hot glue on this one. I'm going to do some PVA glue. The reason is, I think if I do PVA glue on it and it's such a big piece, it might warp the piece a little bit. So if I go PVA glue, at least I can put a weight down to hold it and try and help keep it, you know, flat. So guys, I'm going to get back to it. Right guys, here we are. Now some of you are going to say, John, I can see the the cocktail stick sticking out and blah blah. Look, that's not an issue, because I can take the clippers and snip them off when they're dry. It's just a hold. It's just a pin the two together. Even like on the heel here. Let's put a third one in there because it's not. I'm going to clip the top. Okay, sorry, light's coming a bit weird. Yeah, so that's not big issue. And the little gap that's going to leave when I take the top off, so when I filler mix it, it's going to be fine. So I need to filler mix all this join yet, either side. I hope I haven't screwed myself up with these little spikes here. I did it as like metal railings, so I hope I haven't screwed myself up there or over here. That looks good there, but we'll soon find out. I'm sure I could work my way around it. Now some of you can say, oh yeah, but this looks bigger than that, and look, the wall sections themselves, they're going to have filler mix on across them, so it's not going to be an issue. Okay, some of you are going to say, John, why did you put PVA glue along here? I put it in there to try and seal the gap as much as possible, so when I put filler mix on it, it's not going to run all the way to the bottom. It's going to have like a little ledge to sit on. I didn't do it all parts. I was just experimenting with that. Yeah. So guys, so far so good. I need to put a weight down now to weigh a few bits down. Oh, you saw me pin like these pieces in, but I also, let me see that in there. That's actually a cocktail stick that I put from the side here through the wall into the base bit here, just to pull it all together and hold it together a bit tighter. So guys, I'm going to get back to it. Right, so I've clipped off everything on there, all the cocktail sticks sticking up. One thing I'm going to say to you is, when you're clipping them off, put your hand over the top of the cocktail stick, so when you clip it, it goes up into your hand, doesn't fly off and hit you in the face or anything like that, okay? Now, I'm going to get on with cutting some bricks, but I'm going to be using EVA foam, okay? What's EVA foam? I don't know what it stands for. I've seen Crossover on Creative Terrain use it a lot, and Sean Courtlier use it quite a lot as well, and with some amazing effects. So I'm going to go for it. Now they usually use the ones that are the big play mappings. I can get them, but I've got these sitting around. My little one doesn't use these, so I thought, you know what, I'll give them a go with this. Yeah, so I'm going to cut these into bricks. I'm going to attempt. Strange, just slightly off of the height difference. This is the height difference there. It's very strange. It's meant to be the same. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to make a mausoleum. Okay, so I'm going to cut loads of bricks and then contemplate what way I'm going to stand, because I want to make the roof separate, so I can do a little coffin inside and then design the roof in a way that you can see the coffin from if you're looking in on it. That's what my thinking is, but it could end up just being totally plain roof. we'll see how we get on, guys. I'll see you in a second. Right, so I've just cut 2 dynamos, EVA foam, that I showed you a second ago, and I put 2 jars. Okay, they're just below the label line, just from 2. That should be more than enough for what I need. First impressions of using the EVA foam: cutting it with a blade, easy. I done those 2, cut those 2 bits up, those 2 dynamos up, and put those 2 jars in like 10 minutes. That's a lot easier than getting a piece of foam board and cutting strip on strip on strip and then cutting into squares. It's a lot easier. EVA foam. Cheers back, guys. I'll see you in a second. Okay. Some of you are going to go, what the hell is going on here? What I've done is on the blade. Well, first of all, I went and got some old skeleton bits. Okay, these are half painted bits of skeleton, body, head, you know, bits that have broken off, old plastic ones. So you get up close, you have a look, zoom in, zoom, there we go. Make out his foot. Okay, there's his staff end. Now what I've done is dug a little hole, put the model into it. I mean, it's not a proper model, it's bits of a model. Filled it with PVA glue. Then I sprinkled gravel over the top. Okay, done a few other bits. You see his legs are hanging out the bottom there, and one over here as well. There's a little head hanging at the top there. Now, the aim for this is, I'm gonna make some graves and put graves all over the place, but these are like half buried bodies that are starting to become exposed to the elements after, you know, whatever's been going on here. So, guys, I'm gonna get back to it. Right, here we are, guys. I had to show you this before I just get too carried away. I started doing bits and pieces. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh no, I need to record this now. So let me just bring you up to date with what I've just done, because I think you just saw me putting the bodies in with the gravel on. So you see I've cleaned all the loose gravel off. You can just see the skeleton. There we go. See his foot hanging out. See it closer. Okay, look at that. See the hole in the gravel? Half body hanging out. It's perfect. Yeah. Now I cut some foam board bits just to make gravestones and just mashed them up a little bit. I actually cut the paper off one side and just mashed them all up. I made some steps, okay, leading up. Now some of you say, John, what's the blue and the you know, what's those bits there? That is serial card, and I've cut it into strips and just literally PVA glued, not the whole thing. I PVA glued a little bit, and then put the gravel stones down, because there's going to be gravel, not gravel, it's going to be cobblestones. And then cut some more bits, PVA some more, and just kept it all the way up to the end here. And then I realised I had a few left over, so I'd done some more coming off the path there. See, it's all shiny at the moment because it's still soaking wet. Now, the thing with this as well, I can't use the underspray, yeah, the one we mix up ourselves, because it's very watery. So on the card, it's going to make it go, and some of it will start coming off. So I'm hoping by covering that in PVA glue and then putting them on, that's actually going to give it a little bit of sealant. So when I filler mix it, I can actually try and give it a spray with a spray can. Okay, because the underspray when we make up is too wet and it will make that messed up. So anyway, guys, that's where I'm at before I get too carried away. Oh, did I show you that one already? To the spikes in there? I'm not sure. I know I did some on this, so I think I showed you them ones already, but some over that side. Oh, and I did that corner there. Swing around here so you can see. Yeah, so I made just some polystyrene bits, just pinned them in, and the 2 pillar bits there are in there, nice. Right, guys, so I'm going to get back to it. Right, guys, again, before I get too far carried away, I've started working on mausoleum. I'll show you that in a second, but this is what I'm thinking for the roof. I'm going to cut that square. Okay, so just like planks of wood, and probably do that, just repeat it twice, and then what I actually want is to have the roof so it can be taken off and put it back on whenever you want. Let me show you the mausoleum quickly. There we are. Ignore the unpainted figure at the doorway, that's just for height. So the 2 planks on top are going to be used to support the weight of the roof. You see there's a few white bits there between the bricks. Yeah, that's just bits of glue that needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Then I'm going to filler mix it and then put some base colours on it. But I thought I'd just let you know where I am before you start seeing base colours going down and go, what the hell's going on there, John? So guys, I'm going to get back to it. I'll see you in a second. Right here guys, here's the basis of the roof. Let's put it on top, as you see. Okay, so it's going to rest. It's still a little bit hot, a little bit wet, so I'm just going to leave it to dry for a minute. Just to give you an idea. Okay, that's where I'm going at the moment. And then the idea then is to cut a piece of card to go across here and across that side. Now what I'm going to do with the card is I'm probably going to make a hole in here so you can see inside. Okay, and you'll probably see the little crypt that I'm going to make to go inside there. So busy bee, I'm going to get back to it guys. Right guys, I'm very happy with this. I'm going to go to, if I edited this correctly, you'll see what I was doing first of all. You'll see it under cage and you'll see a quick picture of it finished. I'm very happy with it. There are a few little tiny things to point out that you would do differently. But I'm going to take you to some pretty pictures. Well, I say pretty pictures, pretty little, decent pictures, and give you a close up of it as well. Yes, yeah. Guys, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, because the next one I got planned will be part of the giveaway definitely. But it's really going to be very handy for you guys. Okay, so guys, and 3 pictures. But until next time, see you later. Right, guys, let's make sure the light's okay on this. You see the flock, the walls. Have a look at that. There's a mausoleum. See these claws. I had a dragon claw ornament, and for some reason these broke off, and I couldn't find the other piece of it. So I said, "Oh, that'll be look handy on there." But roof comes off. Okay. Put that down over there. Sarcophagus comes out. So you can have the sarcophagus anywhere. Let me zoom out this way. Anywhere on the table. So if you're playing a game of D&D, you could have sarcophagus there. That's a point of interest. You could have the mausoleum as a point of interest. You could have something like one of these graves as a point of interest. And your heroes go to each different thing and see if they can find whatever they're looking for. Let me just whack this roof back on. I feel like I cocked up a little bit on the roof, to be honest with you. Because I went with a nice red on it. But it was, I don't know if I watered it down too much or if it was too bright in the first place. So, as always, a quick dry brush with Screaming Skull clears everything up. So look at that there. Let's come around to this side. So you see the front of the door. Okay, take the roof off so you got a bit of light in there. See that? See, I've done some spikes with a bit of sprue on there. Just get rid of that roof. I think it's still a little bit wet. See the 2 sprue bars going across the top there. Yeah. Of the door. I then got some spear bits. I don't know if you can see because of the light. Let me see if I can slide this around so you can see it. No. But there's basically some spear bits that come down. Okay, that just don't zoom out. Come on. There we go. Right, a few things I would have done differently. This bad boy is a little bit wobbly on the corner here. It's hasn't got a really great point of contact there. I didn't burn the runes on the side of it that I was going to. I just decided not to. With the gravestones now, I hot glued them straight onto the board. I should have dug it out a little bit and hot glued them, 10 or so millimeters, 20 millimeters into the, board. I can't help that. That's the 2 mistakes that I've seen that I should have done differently. See the roof? I'm quite pleased with that. This is basically a serial card. Okay, I made the wooden frame as you saw. Serial carded it. Nice and easy. First time using EVA foam. So the lighting's well off here. Just anyone comment below, let me know So that EVA, I'm happy with the EVA foam. It's just, for me, I should have cut a few blocks a bit thinner. This block here, for example, is very, very thick. Close up so you see it. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later.